Welcome back, everybody, to our Backyard Baseball 2003 Tampa Bay Devil Rays season playthrough. It is Game 8, and we are halfway through the season now. We are 7-0, but if you saw last week's episode, y'all know that we are lucky to be 7-0 and not 6-1. Last week, we did not play well at all. We escaped with a 1-0 victory on the road versus the Seattle Mariners. We ended up having a pretty epic pitching battle between our Randy Johnson and Ronnie Dobbs, of all players, and we got 13 hits, but we only got 1 run. It was a pretty horrible batting performance, by far our worst of the year, and we are looking to rebound this week for sure. We're going to be playing at home versus the Oakland A's, as you can see on our schedule. The Oakland A's are 4-3, but they can definitely rack up the wins. As you can see, they went on a 4-game winning streak before losing to the Orioles last week, actually. And the Orioles are not a good team at all. They are last in our division, I believe. So they're definitely looking to rebound, and we need to make a statement with this next win because a lot of people are doubting us after last week. Just wanted to show y'all this really quickly. As you can see, it says 7-0. We've won 100% of our games. It has a winning streak, all that stuff. Records for most hits in a game. Look at this though. We have scored 85 runs. And we've only allowed 4 runs. That's ridiculous, guys. So as for stat pluses or minuses, we can look at Randy Johnson here, who is down to just 2 batting, 4 running, and 1 fielding. So thankfully he plays pitcher. His fielding is already only a 3. I actually didn't know his fielding was that bad, but thankfully his fielding should not be too much of an issue. And again, we don't expect much of him on the mound anyways. I had to move some guys around. I moved Pablo out of left field because he had a stat decrease last week. We're going to move Ahmed back to first and Pete back to third. And with that, we're ready to get into this game. As for players of note, they do have Tim Hudson, who is a pro. And then they have Vicky Kawaguchi playing first base. I'm surprised she's playing first base because as you can see, she's 10 out of 10 for fielding. And she, of course, is ridiculously fast. She's a pretty decent pitcher, too, so we definitely need to watch out for her despite the fact that her batting rating is not very good. It is good to be back on familiar turf, and Vicky Kawaguchi is leading off for the A's. Randy Johnson had a pretty solid game last week. He had to, with how poorly our base running was going. He finished with 7 strikeouts on the game and really turned it on late in the game. And Vicky Kawaguchi is fast, but not fast enough for that. See, that's what we have to worry about. She does not have a lot of power, but with speed like that, it really does not matter. And that is going to be a grounder right there. Keisha Phillips is on it. Wings it right to Ahmed Khan. Keisha Phillips is a really good catcher, I should say. I feel like I don't talk about her fielding enough. It's mainly her hitting, but she's pretty good on defense. And that is going to be a pop fly. Can Pete get there? He does not. He misses it, and he bobbles, and that's going to be their first hit of the game. And that's a grounder. Randy Johnson misses it. Nomar is frozen. This might be another hit, so poor defense. Uma's going to go to second, though. Ahmed might get her out. Throws it to his brother. That was a good situation to avoid. I'll say that. I'm kind of at a loss for words. Our fielding just is not always there. So Ichiro's been having some strikeout issues lately. Hopefully we can rebound with him because we need his speed on the base path. And that is some power right there from Ichiro, but right fielder's probably going to get that. That's the first out of the game. So here is Pete Wheeler batting an insane 7-4-1. He's been doing very well these last few games. And that was a ridiculous pitch from Tim Hudson. Jeez, I'm bad with curveballs. Here is Pablo Sanchez, who has rebounded a little bit, but he was not feeling well last week. That is a rocket line drive, but that's going foul. But that is another rocket to right center field. Can he turn this into extra bases? It hits the building, but it is bouncing high. Let's see how far we can get. He's heading to third. Center fielder still does not have it. That throw-in is going to be bad, and this could be an inside-the-park home run for Pablo Sanchez. It is. We are on the board. That's what we like to see from our man Pablo. The majority of our home runs this year have been inside-the-park home runs, and man, speed is broken in this game. That is a rocket line drive right there for King Griffey Jr. Does that stay in? It does not. I think that was on the line, actually. I think we got robbed there. And that is a big fly out to center field, but their center fielders are going to get that basket catch. Hate to see it, but at least we're on the board. But that is going to be a grounder right there. Easy play for Keisha Phillips. Easy out right there. Strikeout number 1 of the game. Pitcher versus pitcher. Randy Johnson finally on the board with a K. Let's go. And that is a weak grounder down the first baseline. Ahmed gets it, scoops it up. Easy play for him. And that is a deep fly out to center field. Looks like the center field is going to get that, and easy catch again. It's going to be a quick grounder for Keisha Phillips. Can she get on base? Vicky Kawaguchi is so fast and beats her in the foot race to the plate. Maybe that's why they have her at first. Whoa, that is a low and outside strike. I don't know about that one, but Nomar Garciaparra strikes out looking. No runs for us in that inning. Gets her with the heat. Second strikeout of the game for Randy Johnson. Humberto Anders is batting .500 on the year. Let's make sure he doesn't get on base. That's a quick grounder, bounces up. Keisha Phillips is on it, gets it right to Ahmed. Humberto might be a pretty good batter, but he's definitely slow on the base path. And we get her with a corkscrew. That's going to end the inning. 3 strikeouts for Randy Johnson now. Let's get back up and put some runs on the board. And we got Amir, who also has been batting pretty well lately. He's got a higher batting average than his brother, although he obviously has not hit as many home runs. There's going to be a soft fly to the infield. Vicky Kawaguchi's probably going to get that. Easy foot race for her. She is so quick. Strikeout for Randy Johnson, man. Tim Hudson's not pitching that bad of a game. Ichiro, the line drive off that zigzag pitch, but that is an out. We once again are turned away in that inning. She lays down a bunt. Randy Johnson is on that. Keisha's on that, but they're not quick enough. Randy Johnson just ran by that. That's going to be a steal attempt. Keisha Phillips with the throw. It is not quick enough. Wow, that was very close. Nomar didn't even try to apply the tag, though, so maybe it wasn't as close as it looked to me. It's going to be a rocket down the third baseline. We're going to have her out at first. Throws it back over. She is safe on third. So they have a runner in scoring position now. Corkscrew pitch gets her 4 on the day for Randy Johnson. Need just one more out to get out of this inning unscathed. And that's going to be a line down to the first baseline. Ahmed's there. We avoid allowing a run. They've got more hits than we do. We only have 1 hit on the day, which is Pablo Sanchez's solo inside the park home run. We need to get this going. And that's going to be a pop fly from Pete. Does he get there in time? Tim Hudson gets us out. I don't know what's up with our bats today. That is a grounder, though. Can Pablo beat Vicky? No, she is too quick. Man. And that is a rocket from Ken Griffey Jr. Look at the height on that. Can he round the bases? That hits the building, comes down. He's heading to second. We're going to send him to third. Can this be another inside the park home run? There's chaos in the outfield. All the outfielders are falling over each other. That's going to be another inside the park home run for Ken Griffey Jr. I'll take runs however I can get him. That's going to be a pop fly for Ahmed. That's going to end the inning. Well, at least we got on the board again, but our only highlights so far are 2 solo inside the park home runs. We got to pick it up. Pete throws it to first. That is there just in time. Wow. As a fly out to left field, Ichiro Diga need to run over to get that. That's a great, well-placed hit. And she's going to hold it first. And that is a rocket out to shallow center field. Ken Griffey Jr. is running up on it. Why does he stop? Nomar gets it. 2 outs. I don't know what's up with the fielding. I must be doing something wrong. That's going to be a steal attempt. Keisha Phillips, great throw, and the tag is there on time. That's what I like to see from my catcher. Great throw. We get out of that inning. Keisha Phillips with a rocket out to left field. Their left fielder is frozen. What is going on? Could this be our 3rd inside the park home run? Their center fielder gets it. That's a bad throw in. Keisha Phillips is heading to third. No way. Can we do it? That's a horrible throw. Inside the park home run for Keisha Phillips. We live and die by the inside the park home run, ladies and gentlemen. Is it going to be inside? No, it's not an infield fly. I don't know what counts as an infield fly. That apparently didn't, and Nomar is safe. That is going to be a high fly ball for Amir down the first base line. Can she get there in time? She does. Nomar is safe and holds at first. How do you strike out trying to bunt? All right, Ichiro, not having a good day today. Ichiro lays down the grounder. Please get to first. But it does not count because Nomar is not fast enough himself. Ugh. That is a rocket out there. Wow, Pablo's not going to be fast enough to get that. Humberto Anders with the hit. And that's going to be another strikeout for Randy Johnson. 5 on the day. All right, 2 strikes. See if this zigzag pitch works. We have more juice, so I'm not afraid of using these power-ups. Come on. No, that is a fly ball. It's shallow. Can Nomar and Pablo get there? Nomar gets it, thankfully. All we need is one more out. That goes to Nomar. He flips it to Amir. We are done in this game. We win 3-0. So last week, I called that game where we only won 1-0 our worst hitting performance of the year because we got 13 hits but only 1 run. I stand corrected now. This was our worst hitting performance of the year by far. Of course, a win is a win, but let's look at these game statistics. We only had 4 hits on the day. 1 single from Nomar, and 3 solo inside the park home runs, 1 from Ken Griffey Jr., 1 from Keisha Phillips, and 1 from Pablo Sanchez. Everyone else did not play well. That was a pretty pitiful performance. Randy Johnson did his thing on the mound, no real problems there, 5 strikeouts, solid, but a very disappointing performance, especially coming off a very close victory that we should have won by more. So I'm wondering if these CPU teams have finally caught on to our secrets. How will we do next week against the Tigers? Tune in next week. Hope to see you guys then.